guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Bulgaria becomes a superpower. And as a superpower, they're going to expand. So, NATO's gone, United Nations, and every world alliance is gone. Because if they were there, well, Bulgaria doesn't really get far. The first thing they do is invade northern Macedonia. Because they claim it to be Bulgarian, even though it's not really, but it kinda is. But it's kinda not. But Bulgaria's literally such a great nation. I think. I haven't been there, so I don't know. I've been to Brazil, I've been to Canada, and the United States. But, yeah. Not many places. Not Bulgaria. Although I can't speak Bulgarian, so it's probably not a great idea. Yeah, not a great idea. How to get made fun of. Don't know how to speak the language. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't travel to where I can't speak the language. I feel like that sounds like a bad idea. And then Bulgaria goes to war with Romania in the War of Romanian Annexation. And yes, Romanian Annexation. And no, I don't mean they're annexing the whole place. I mean they're basically annexing it. And they quickly capture all of Dubroja, and after that they move in to capture Bucharest. And then they start a full front as Romanian forces start getting to the border. But yeah. And well, they advance in the north. They're struggling to advance here in this area as it's mountainous. But they still continue advancing. Doodle Empire. Yes, I'm doodling on this map. And yes, everybody's probably laughing, so that's funny. If you're laughing, put a laughing emoji in the comments section. If you're not laughing, put an angry face emoji. Yes. Just give me an emoji, a random emoji, how much you care about this video. And now for the annexation. It was annexed. Not all of it. The Transylvanian parts are left. But, realistically, that's all. But, Serbia, Greece, and Turkey sign an alliance. Yes, and together, they go to war with Bulgaria. Yes, Turkey and Greece. I wonder why they're working together. Probably because they don't like Bulgaria getting massive. Now, Serbia and Greece, that makes perfect sense. As the Balkan League is back. Yeah. Now let's get into it. That's way too fast for an advance. Let's get to good speed. Yeah. One more. But quickly, Serbian troops do that. Turkish troops and Greek troops. With Bulgaria quickly looking like this. With them losing so much land. This is like me when I play the demo of Warnament. Honestly. It's like you get so far and then it falls apart. And well, they start another advance. Into southern Bulgaria is where they start it. And then after this, they push Serbia back. And they push Turkey back to its border and hold it there. As this front is being held, an invasion of Serbia begins. And they come in over here, and they manage to cut it off from the main front. And quickly move into areas around here. With them quickly moving towards Bosnia's border. With Serbia pushing them back. But after this, the Bulgarian Empire manages to take Belgrade over, and then the surrender of Serbia. And well, Greece gets pushed back out of Macedonia. With the front here growing, with them occupying more lands, with Turkey having a successful advance. but Greece is going to have problems. As they move into Greek Macedonia, quickly take this in the city here that I'm not going to try to pronounce because I just embarrassed myself, which isn't great. And then they move in. They advance almost to Athens. And then they start advancing over here. And you may ask, why is the front not moving like that? Well, it is. And well, after the rest of Greece falls, Greece surrenders. And well, Turkey doesn't like this, because it means they're the only nation left. And while Bulgaria takes advantage of the situation to launch an attack on, well, Turkey, and they move towards Istanbul, and they launch a landing here. And they succeed, managing to take control of the straits. And then they move into Istanbul with the battle of it raging on. And then it fell. But luckily, they still have their capital, with an advance down the coast. And well, an advance towards Ankara. With them not wanting to lose Ankara, managed to hold the front for a bit without it advancing towards the city. But the front gets broader. And at this point, Turkey decides to surrender. And at this point, the Third Balkan War will have its, well, peace treaty annexed. And while we get from Turkey, they lose thrice Istanbul and the access to the straits and a bit of land past it. And while Bulgaria from Greece, they annex Greek thrice, Greek Macedonia, and a bit more lands. And as we can see, a lot has happened in this peace treaty. And well, the next thing they do is, well, they go to war, as they have in a war of expansion, which they go to war with Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro, Bosnia, and Moldova. And it's a war of expansion because they plan to annex it all. And they quickly advance through these lands, each one of them, because there is no strength in any of them. And well, now to see them annex Albania, Kosovo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Moldova, and also Montenegro. And we'll go to war with Ukraine, with them effectively moving in, even crossing the Dnieper, and getting pretty far past it. And over here, they push back. And then Ukraine manages to push them back to the Dnieper, with them advancing and taking Lviv, with them getting basically to Kiev. And at this point, Ukraine goes on the counter-offensive, as they cross from Kiev and move into the north, even taking Lviv and pushing back there, and also crossing here. But in the end, it leads to Bulgarian victory still, with them advancing across the south, advancing into Lviv, and then they manage to take Kiev. And without a peace treaty, they manage to take Sumy. And then they go in and take Mariupol and cities in the south. And while Ukraine doesn't surrender yet, but eventually they realize it's time to surrender. After they do this. And well, then, well, no, I think Crimea should have been involved. So they continue their advance offensive. And then they take Crimea and they take the rest of the coast, with Ukraine deciding it's time to surrender. So let's see the peace treaty. And what looks like this is Kherson, maybe a bit of Zaporizhzhia, Odessa area, and this area to the north. And they annex key cities like Kherson and Odessa. Although I don't know if they're actually key in Sevastopol, the port city. And well, that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and on to subscribe. Bye, guys!